You're listening to Fountain of Thought with your hosts, Dennis Fountain and Sunny Rain. One small step for man, one giant leap for America.
This show contains adult themes and language. Listener discretion is advised.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to the Fountain of Thought podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything, basically whatever the hell we want. Call in or leave us a voicemail on our listener line at 413-612-8037. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at TalkFOT, subscribe to us on YouTube or Rumble, or visit our website at fountainofthought.com, where you're going to find contest registrations, shout-out requests, and so much more. So now, as always, I'd like to welcome my co-host and broadcast partner, Sunny Rain.
What?
For those of you that are listening, Sunny is, I'm assuming those are not real.
Huh?
I know, as far as I know, right?
No, I'm just Dennis. I'm just feeling a little horny today.
Yes, he's spouting these devil horns shooting out of his head.
I'm trying to be festive for today's show.
Okay, and what is today's show?
Today's show is I believe I don't want to take your thunder. You do the introduction.
Just horror movies. That's it.
That's it. It's just horror movies.
Well, we're going to talk about Halloween and horror movies, and that little genre
And the whole
thing. But
the whole psyche of Halloween.
yeah, but you and I were talking the other day about it, and we said, you know what, this will make a good idea for a podcast, and we thought we'd go with it. So we're going with it. Like I said in the beginning, we talk about whatever the freak we want to talk about. So
yeah, that's right.
That's right. Who's going to tell us no, right? Yeah,
that's right. No gonna tell us nothing.
And what is that delightful? What is that, like bunny rabbit teeth? What the hell was that?
These are all my toys.
Oh, your toys.
Somebody's on the hotline.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we're doing a podcast. As you can tell, it's live, and Sonny doesn't mute his phone, so we can hear it coming through. And
Sonny doesn't know how to mute his phone.
Gee, I don't want to scare people. I want to be friendly.
Mm-hmm. But you want to scare people.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. All right, so it's Halloween for everyone here in America. Here in the Northeast, we are enjoying exceptionally warm weather. It's been in the mid-70s during the day, about 50 degrees at night. It's been absolutely gorgeous. This is my favorite time of the year as far as weather goes.
Oh, yeah, it has been.
Yeah, also my favorite time of the year because I love the fall foliage. And I absolutely love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays. Not the favorite, but one of my favorite. I think it's your favorite. Is it your favorite?
Christmas and Halloween are
Christmas and Halloween?
very, very neck and neck. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Halloween edges it just by a little bit.
Just slightly, but that changes over time depending upon your circumstances, right?
Well, no, it's just that Halloween you can be more of a child.
Well, we know we're good at that.
That's right.
Oh boy! So, what was your favorite thing as a child about Halloween? Was it just the candy, or what was it?
No, it's the whole thing. I love getting dressed up.
Yep.
I loved, actually the candy was probably the least thing on
Yeah,
my list.
I agree.
It was the decorating. It was the picking out the costume, getting dressed.
That was it for me. Yeah.
Of course, trick-or-treating, I only had that for a short time as a child because the town where I was growing up in, it was that late 70s scare that came out with people were putting razor blades and drugs in the candy.
Mm-hmm.
And that really freaked out our town, and they decided that they were going to eliminate Halloween trick-or-treating and go to a parade.
Mm-hmm.
That everybody would dress up, and you would gather at a particular meeting place. And
Rag
there would
shack.
be a parade through Main Street until we went to the local. We would march all the way down to the local KFC, and there we would be judged on our costumes. And it was nice, but it just wasn't. Every year went by, it wasn't the same, and it wasn't until I was well out of high school, I think into my 20s, that they brought back Halloween. And then I just took my place as the candy giver and scare master.
Scare master. Yeah, no, it was definitely the costumes for me. That was I can remember early September going to school and thinking about what my costume would be this year. Always thinking about it. And uh, growing up, not one single time did we buy a costume. They were always handmade.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
My
Never?
mom and I, never, not one time. In fact,
Wow.
I would laugh at those kids that had those plastic fake masks on,
I'm just going to say that's the one I had.
No?
My first one. I picked it out at I believe
Yeah.
I picked it out at Mal's department store.
Yeah. No.
There's
we
dating
always-
myself right there.
Yeah.
What can you remember? What your very first? As far as your memory goes, what's your very first costume you remember wearing?
I believe it was a robot.
Really?
I believe it was cardboard boxes. We painted silver, and we had that material that you use for like a vent. That thing. It was basically a Lost in Space robot. It was what I was trying to do. And I believe that was my very first one was a robot. Yeah. At least that I can.
Dennis Fountain, I'm going to get you.
Resistance is futile. Yeah. That was it. And I remember different things. I went as a garbage can one time. I went as a professor, school teacher, all kinds. Astronaut. I remember being an astronaut. That was the $6 million man. So,
You went as a school teacher?
Yeah, I went as a school teacher. I wore I had a tweed jacket with the patches on the elbow, a briefcase.
Were you a really scary teacher that taught CRT?
Yeah. No. I probably taught typing. But we had one of those trees. I don't know what you call them, but we had one of those trees. Growing up, I always called them the ones that had the cigars coming off of them. Those green things,
yeah.
Yeah,
We
so
used to call them giant string bean trees.
Giant string, yeah. So, and I had one of those, and that was my, cigar. And, that was fun. It was fun growing up. And I will say that, my children, again, 99% of their costumes were all made by hand. We never hardly ever bought anything. Maybe we'd buy things to go with it, but yeah.
My sister and I, our first costumes that I remember it was one of those two of those plastic store-bought ones that you couldn't breathe through.
Right. Yeah.
I was a space alien, and I think she was a princess from one of the
Disney
one
movies?
of the Mouse's movies there.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were really hot.
Yeah.
And it would. But yeah, and my mother made some later in life. I mean, but like I said, it was when they took away the trick or treating, I got really tired of the parade very quickly. So I didn't get a whole lot of Halloween fun until I got older.
Yeah. Now we got older. That's when I ended up buying most of the costumes instead of making them.
Now that's where I go all out.
Yeah.
I go all just the gorier and the scarier the better.
Right.
It's just. You just haven't achieved anything until you make somebody pee their pants.
Now, let's watch how we segue into this. As a kid, what was the scariest movie that you saw?
As a child,
A child, not a teenager, a child.
No, 1974, 8 years old. I insisted my mother bring me to the theater to see The Exorcist.
Your mother brought you to The Exorcist when you were 8?
Maybe I was 9. I begged and begged and begged, and she finally did it. As more
Are
or
you
less
kidding me?
Almost like a punishment thing. She was like, "Okay, fine, I'll take you." And I said, "Okay." I thought I was a big
child
boy.
abuse.
That wasn't child abuse.
That's child abuse.
She was dealing with a child like me.
Glad I didn't know you back then.
That really.
God. That movie. Well, that's one of movies that freaks me out. That's one movie that just I get chills. My skin tingles, and every time I watch that. But
that creeped me out to the point I don't think I could sleep in my bed for 2 weeks.
I don't blame you.
Our bedroom back then was up in an attic that was redone, but it still was creepy.
Yeah,
to an extent. So there was no going up there for a couple of weeks. There was a lot of sleeping on the couch. But after that, I couldn't see that movie. I don't think I was well into my 40s before I could watch that movie again.
I don't want to scare people. I want to be friendly.
So
yeah, you said that. You said
I know.
that.
I'm saying it again because I don't remember watching any scary movies, really. Although I do remember watching Psycho, and I do remember being scared for that movie. But it's vaguely, it's little images here or there. I don't remember. My mother was nice and didn't let me watch those kinds of movies. So
what are you getting at here? Are you gonna get on? You're getting
I
on
don't
my
know.
poor dead mother for letting me watch The Exorcist?
I wish your mother was around because I'd have a word with her.
I saw Jaws when I was 10 too.
Well, Jaws is fine. Jaws is okay.
Jaws was also pretty bloody and violent for a 10-year-old.
I agree, but come on, especially The Exorcist. The way what they did.
I saw The Omen. I saw The Omen in '76, which
The Omen
was
scary
a
too.
10.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I do remember watching was I was older. I don't think I was an adult quite yet, but Scanners. When did Scanners come out?
Oh, that was the 80s.
Yeah, I know.
Early 80s.
Okay, well, I was a teenager. I remember watching Scanners.
Scanners wasn't a horror
movie.
It wasn't scary.
I thought that was scary.
It was a shock. It was a shock fest when they blew the guy's head off.
That movie did it. All right, so let's talk about that since that's where we're going with this. What do you consider to be a horror movie? All right, because I look at a lot of things. Now, I don't consider Jaws. That's not a horror movie to me.
No.
And
not.
Technically, I don't even consider Psycho to be a horror movie to me.
Jaws I classify as a creature movie.
Yeah,
I put that in that genre. Anything where there's an animal or a beast or a fish or something that's trying to attack and eat you. Well, that's a creature movie. Horror to me has to involve tapping into your fears,
right?
Your deep fears. Now, whether that be, it's got to be scary.
Right.
I mean, it can be done through a slasher. It can be done through something. Ghouls and ghosts, or it can be,
but it can't be a creature.
You can.
I mean,
yes, you can be a monster, of that nature. It's just where the fine line for creature is. If it's a creature that's for real,
right?
Well, then that's a creature movie. But I mean, if you're talking like werewolf, vampires,
yeah, it's got to be suspenseful and scary and that type of thing, and shock you and do that. Right, I agree. But I'm like. Here's an example. I was looking for sound bites today. Is going to be horror movies. So I was looking for clips from some sound bites for horror movies, and the stuff that people consider horror movies. I'm like, no, that's not a horror movie. It's just like Jaws was one of them. I don't consider Jaws to be a horror movie. They were I forget what the other ones were, but the Bruce Willis movie, I See Dead People. That's not a horror movie. Sixth Sense. That is a horror movie.
Because it's borderline. I mean,
he was dead, and he had a hole in his gut. But
for us, I would call it a thriller.
Yeah,
or a suspense thriller. But for some people, that's like over the top. I mean, they're like, oh my God. I mean, it depends on how bad you've bashed your sensitivity to the scariness. For instance. A lot of people call the Saw pictures as horror, and I don't find those scary. I find those a shock fest and a gore fest.
I would lump that into a horror movie. I will be honest with you. There was a couple of them there I didn't see in the middle because it was just a repetitive thing. But I think I would. It's got a clown in it. Come on,
Are you scared of clowns?
I'm not scared per se of clowns, but a lot of people are. I mean, it doesn't matter, even a regular clown. I mean, it's not a secret. At one point in my life, I was a clown. I was Honkers the clown.
You were best friends with me, and I'm a clown.
That's true. Yeah, but you don't have a white face and a red nose. So
I used to have a red nose. All right, well, listen.
You stopped wearing makeup in the 90s, so.
The thing is this, okay? It's all about, in my book, it's all about what triggers you, okay? That's basically what it comes down to. It comes down to what triggers you. So let's do a little experiment here, okay?
Yeah.
All right, you close your eyes, okay? Just think, okay? Just think and just listen, and you tell me if this scares you. You ready?
Yes. I have something that I'm going to. I won't do it. Yes.
Go ahead.
We talked about this last week. There's this freaking movie that's out there. The freaking lamb is. Shut up. I have not seen this movie. I will not see this movie because it freaks me out. Whether it's a horror movie, a scary movie, I don't know. Shut up. Stop it. It's got this lamb, and they treat it like a baby, and they're cradling it, and they're feeding it, and they're walking it upright, and it's just creeps me the freak out.
It looks hilarious. But see, that's my point. That's my point. It depends what triggers you, and this, that doesn't trigger me in a scary. I mean, I can sit through that and just think, my God, these people are just out to lunch.
No.
But when you go back to it, like we said, Exorcist. Oh my Lord!
Yeah, that movie. I get
shocked.
I literally, the hair. Even now, I watch it. I know what's going to happen. The hair stands on end, and I get creepy crawlies with that movie. It just the other thing that really bothers me is eyes. If like people's eyes,
you've always been that way. Yeah.
If they're blocked out or they're I don't know, if they're like possessed. You know what? In typical movies, they look possessed. That freaks me out. Eyes freak me out. I don't know why.
When the Hulk would begin to change and they would go bright white like around.
If it was done in a horror atmosphere,
in a horror
atmosphere,
it would. Yeah. But you know what? It was like, and there we go again. It just went right through my brain. What was I going to say? The Exorcist. A couple of movies that kind of touched on it for me like that were Insidious and the first Conjuring. Those two reminded me of The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the kindergarten version of The Exorcist. But there was some scenes in that brought that fear back that I had seeing that as a child.
Yeah,
I
love those kind of movies. I like to be. I'm more of a Alfred Hitchcocky type of thing. And M. Night Shyamalan.
Shamalama Ding Dong.
Shamalama Ding Dong. He takes an approach very similar to Alfred Hitchcock. So I do like a lot of his movies, although he's created some really bombs. But I like it when the horror, the creature, the whatever it is, you don't see it dead on. You see glimpses of it, or if it zips through the screen real quick, or things of that nature, because your mind plays tricks on you, and your mind will create an image worse than anything you can put on the screen. And that's why sometimes I don't like these slasher films, because they go over the top for me. Blood and guts does not scare me. It may be gross, but it's not a scary thing.
Well, okay, let's take the slasher movies, okay? Everybody's going to say, well, Halloween was the first one. It actually wasn't. The first two big ones that came out were Black Christmas and
yes, I do. They
Texas
redid that
Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Those two came out first. I mean, they didn't get the
attention. Yeah, notoriety. Yeah,
that's the word. They didn't get as much, but they were quickly fan favorites and cult films.
Mm-hmm.
When Halloween made its debut in '78. That is what solidified the slasher genre. And if you went back and you talked to people that haven't watched it in a long time, they'll say, "Oh yeah, that was a gross movie," and that was and it wasn't. And that's what goes to what you just said about playing tricks in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
That entire movie, there's no blood.
Right.
You absolutely see no blood in that entire movie. It's all about the suspense. It's all about the chase, and it's all about the music.
Right.
That music, as soon as you hear it, it just freaks you out.
Right.
And
it's scary. It's scary music. Yeah.
The slasher going into the gore didn't happen until 1980. And that's when Cunningham put out Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
The original one. And they went over the top with the gore. So then, of course, the Halloween franchise, when they came out with their sequel, they had to
step it up.
Up the ante. So that's where it became, now it was a race to see who could be the goriest. And then, of course, like we said earlier, that went into your Final Destinations, Saw, Hostel. I mean, they just couldn't get
Human Centipede.
They just can't seem to get gross enough.
That movie, what person in their right mind thinks of this? If you haven't seen Human Centipede, I was going to tell you to go see it, but it's utterly disgusting because they make a centipede out of people. They stitch them together face to ass. Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, listen, I know you got to think a little, outside of the box for some of these things, but whoever thought of that? You got to be you're nuts.
Which brings the point to this, okay? I mean, think about it. If you can get that twisted in your head, I mean, really, somewhere down in the dark shadows of your brain, aren't you just a little bit something wrong with you?
Yeah, I know. Huh?
Seriously, though, you know?
Yeah, there's got to be.
That's just, I mean, that's just, that's just way out there. But then there's other things in society, and in our world, so to speak, that we just don't think about, and such as cannibalism, which apparently still goes on in some of the deep sections of the South American jungles. And there was a movie, what was it, Green something. I can't remember, but that movie was just completely shocking.
Soylent Green?
No. It was green. I'd have to look it up.
Well, they were eating people in that one, too.
Well, that was a science fiction thing with no meat left. This was about a group of people who went to the Amazon to look for something, and they got caught up by some cannibals. And yeah, some of those scenes were graphic of watching them eat these people alive. So I mean, again, gore has been the thing. Although the demon stuff has been making a comeback lately.
That's
Possession,
true.
demons, things of that nature. But
yeah, so, but a lot of this stuff, especially, see, you like that genre a lot more than I do, and I can appreciate it. But to me, it ends up being the same thing over and over and over again. The slasher type things, I don't.
Yeah, but I got to be in the mood for it. I mean,
I don't.
It comes and goes. I mean, all of a sudden I'll say, I'd like a good slasher movie, and to be honest with you, I can't even think of the last one I've seen that was, really, I walked out and went, wow, that was just earth shattering.
Well, what was the one we just watched? I told you to watch that I kind of like, not really a slasher movie per se, but the Malignant, was that what it was called? Malignant?
That was different, and that was neat.
That was good.
Neat is a word from the 80s. Yeah, that was the concept of that one was really cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't spill the beans if somebody wants to go see it.
It had the slasher, the slasher mentality,
a feel to it a little bit. Yeah.
But it had its own twist. That was pretty good. That one, and Happy Death Day.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of that followed the slasher cookie cut, but it that again had its own thing. So that was Or remember that another one you liked was It Follows.
I did like that one because that goes to the. No matter where you go, no matter what happens, it's following you. It's there.
But it's still doing the slasher pattern.
I did like that one.
They have been able to move off on, rather than just the. I mean, there was a craze. Remember the 80s, a craze. As soon as Halloween came out, every holiday had to have one.
Yeah.
You had My Bloody Valentine. You had Happy Birthday to Me. You had.
It was a Christmas one, too, wasn't
Valentine, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Yeah. I mean, it was just, they just kept coming up one after another, after another, after another. It was crazy. Whoops.
Yeah. Are you in the witness protection program again? Where'd you go? I can't find you.
Go?
You're gone.
Turn the lights on.
Oh, phew. I thought the devil took you for a minute.
Anyway,
what happened? By the way, what happened? The color seems to have left your body. Are you being drained?
This is just ambience.
Oh, ambience.
It looks
ambience.
It looks creepier in black and white.
Oh,
which is actually some movies I think.
See, I
remember seeing on black and white TV, and I found it scarier than when I actually saw it in color.
I can appreciate black and white if it's done for like for a purpose for that, but the whole movie has to be black and white. I don't like it when they do sections, and I don't like that desaturated look that they do a lot of times.
No, I don't like that.
I don't like that stuff.
No.
But I can appreciate black and white, and I think it works with your mind. Again, like the idea that I said, your mind builds things, so I think it works with your mind very well. Black and white does. And I can appreciate it. All right, let's.
And a good example of that, real quick though, Lost in Space, the original series. The first season seems a lot more, creepy.
Yeah.
There's a creep element to it, and then when they go color, it becomes a lot more campier. I know the stories were a little bit, over the top later, but even if you take the campy episodes of black and white, they still have a creepy element to them.
Well,
as
things
opposed to color. So it depends, It depends.
Things were done too, like Star Trek too. The suits and everything, the set design, all that stuff really wasn't. I mean, you had to work with it at the time. It was the '60s, but part of that is because they knew that the majority of Americans had black and white television, so they wanted contrast and they wanted things to come across, and so they picked these weird colors, this schematic, the colors that you would probably never pick today. You know, but it worked back then. Like putting orange around the bridge of the Enterprise. Well, why would orange? Who puts orange? But
on black and white,
right?
It had that dull white.
It adds
feel.
a different color to it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I'm curious if you can pick one. What's your favorite horror movie of all time?
Well, my favorite. That's easy. It's Halloween.
Halloween
the
is your
1978 Halloween movie. That's definitely. I watch it every year. I absolutely love the way that film from start to finish is.
I'm gonna pick The Exorcist, and I also, believe it or not, I liked Exorcist 3: The Heretic. That one I liked as well.
Exorcist
I thought that
2:
was
The Heretic.
Okay, then Exorcist 3.
Exorcist
it was the
3
third
is
one.
The third one is when they have Father
George C.
Karras
Scott
in jail.
Yes,
that's Exorcist 3.
Yeah, that one I liked, and that had that ghostly figure that was streaming across the hospital, and that spooked me out. That was a good movie as well. I did like that one. For a sequel, I thought it was very well done.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So yeah.
So it's Halloween, people. Go out and grab yourself some popcorn, your favorite spooky films, and enjoy it. And don't get sad when you're trying to celebrate Halloween and you walk into stores and you see they got the Christmas crap out already. Don't let that bother you like it does me. Okay. Enjoy the holiday.
When they put it out after the 4th of July, that's when it bothers me. I do have a couple of things that I want to mention. Number one is that if you are interested, the house on Nightmare on Elm Street is for sale. Did you want to buy it, Sonny?
The actual house is?
Yeah, the actual house is for sale. It's actually in California. It's not in Ohio where it takes place, but it's for sale.
No, to be truthful, I would have loved to have bought the Amityville
Horror
until some jerk bought it and he decided, I'm going to take the original windows out so people won't know it's the Amity house. Yeah. No, because they're not smart enough to figure out the address. Not at all.
So the Nightmare on Elm Street house is available for $3.25 million if you would like it.
Yeah. Well,
you got a spare $3 million? I mean, maybe if you paid cash, they'd take $3 million. I don't know, but yeah.
Maybe Freddy Krueger wants it.
Maybe. And the other thing that I wanted to very briefly touch upon, this is not scary. I just thought, I was reading this article the other day and I thought I'd bring it up because of trick-or-treating and candy. Please be careful with your pets. Chocolate is the most common toxic ingredient found in candy, but it's not the only one. One of the most serious things to dogs, not cats. Apparently cats can tolerate it, but not dogs. It's called Xylitol, and it's a sweetener used in sugar-free candies and gums. And a single piece of gum can kill your dog. It causes seizures and liver failure. So be careful of that. And also raisins, which I did not know. Apparently raisins, your dog cannot tolerate raisins. It causes kidney failure.
Milk chocolate will give them the Hershey squirt, something fierce, but dark chocolate will kill them. I
will tell you, Rachel's dog, Kenai, was over. And at that time, I was working at Showcase Cinemas locally here, and we had Willy Wonka, and we had these a big giant box. It was probably a 12 by 12 cube, a 12 inches by 12 inches cube box, and it was full of Willy Wonka candy, all wrapped in that aluminum foil stuff. And it was a trial thing. They were testing a new market for candy, and we didn't want it to the theater, so I said, well, I'll take it. So I brought it home. Kenai got into that box, and he ate I don't know how much candy. So I immediately called the vet, and, I said, what's going on? And there's a calculation they perform, the weight of the dog versus how much chocolate they ate and, all that stuff. And Kenai, he was okay, but there is a formula to go. So your dogs can eat chocolate. That's a misnomer, but they can't have a lot of it because it's just not good for them.
Dark chocolate, the concentrated dark chocolate.
Well, if you did like 99% cocoa or something, cacao or whatever you pronounce it. But
I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look it up.
You Go look it up.
I'll go look it up.
You go look it up.
I'll look it up.
Look it up. All right. So, final thoughts on Halloween?
Enjoy. And don't worry about the calories.
Wait, well, there's calories in that? What calories are in there?
There isn't, as far as you know.
As far as I know. Okay. All right, everyone. If I can find my script that I follow along here, because I'm a putz and don't remember everything. All right, we are going to head out to a commercial, and when we come back, we've got some exciting things that we're going to do, and I believe Sonny has a new thing coming up, and so you don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. We will be right back after I finger lick something. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna finger lick it. So enjoy.
Psst, Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Fountain of Thought podcast, listen you will. Funny they are. Talk about anything and everything they do. Wit and charm DJs Dennis and Sonny have. FountainofThought.com, website you go. There is no try, only do.
All right, everyone, and welcome back to the Fountain of Thought podcast. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor or advertising on our show, drop us an email at talkfot@gmail.com or call us at 413-612-8037. You all doing all right over there, Sonny?
Let's get serious here.
Let's get serious. Okay.
Let's play Hollywood Soundbite Theater.
All right, Sonny. So Hollywood Soundbite Theater, we're going to kick that off right now. And we have a bag here with people's names in it they sent in. We're going to draw them for tonight. And then also tonight, we're going to draw this month's winner of the $25 gift card. All right. So you are playing for... Oh, I drew two. You are playing for... I did not make this up. Betty Babinski. Betty Babinski.
All right, Betty.
All right, and I am playing for Betty Babinski. That's a cool name. I am playing for Kelly Boudreau. Kelly Boudreau. All right.
You think I look like Kolchak?
Oh, I was just thinking that. You remember that show? I loved that show.
That scared me a little bit when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was a good show. I liked that. All right, Sonny, whose turn is first? I don't recall.
I'm going to go first.
You're going to go first. Today's subject is horror movies.
Movies.
Yes. Okay. And Sonny and I are going to each pick a contestant to play with, which we just did. We're going to follow 3 movie sound clips at each other with a chance to earn a point for movie, title, of course, character, and actor. If we correctly identify all 3, then 5 points will be awarded. We're allowed 1 clue and 1 pass per game. Each week, the winning contestant's name will be entered into our monthly $25 gift card giveaway. Register for all our contests at fountainofthought.com. So, Sonny, you're up. Go ahead.
I've actually got one that'll be coming up that is worth, for you, going to be worth possibly 7 points.
7 points? I'm confused, but...
Yeah, you'll find out.
Okay.
All right, here's your first one I'm volleying to you. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, no, oops, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, my best friend.
Here you go.
These eyes will deceive you. They will destroy you. They will take from you your innocence, your pride, and eventually your soul.
All right. I don't know the movie. I will say I'm just gonna say The Omen. I don't know a character, but it's Malcolm McDowell. Is that his name? Malcolm from Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's his name, right?
And the character?
I don't know.
Okay, you get a...
Yeah.
You get the Malcolm McDowell part. But
1 point.
the movie was Rob Zombie's Halloween, and that was Dr. Loomis.
Oh, was he? See, I only saw that once. I didn't watch it again, but
yeah, he played Dr. Loomis.
Okay,
which wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
you know, I liked Donald Pleasance, of course, but
yeah. All right,
Malcolm
here we
did
go.
okay.
You opened it. We came.
It's just a puzzle box!
Oh no. It is a means to summon us.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience. Demons to some, angels to others.
And I am looking for the male in that.
The male?
The male voice in that. Yeah, what character?
Yeah,
and
that's
what movie? And yes.
The character's Pinhead. The movie is Hellraiser. And I believe the actor's Bradley. So, I think his last name is Bradley. That's about as much as I got for the Bradley.
Did you actually know that, or did you know that from your research? Yeah, you are correct. Doug Bradley's his name.
Doug Bradley, yeah.
Good job. You get 5 points for that. Yeah.
Thank you. Woohoo!
5 points for that. I'm dead. This is your genre, so you're going to win.
Okay, this is the one where you can make a comeback and take the lead.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm gonna kill you, your mama, and all her bridge playing friends.
You think you got it tough? I got a facelift. There was one just like it underneath.
Which one am I looking for? The Rodney Dangerfield one? There's 2 voices in that.
That's 1 point.
Okay. I don't have the other. I don't know.
Oh my!
All I know is Rodney Dangerfield.
That's it?
That's it.
1 lousy point?
That's it.
You've only used this same movie twice in this episode already.
I'm sorry, Kelly. I did?
Yes. This is Casper.
Where is Rodney Dangerfield in Casper?
It's when he's
the animated or the actual live action?
Dr. Harvey played by Bill Pullman's looking in the mirror, and all of a sudden he turns into Clint Eastwood first. Then he turns into Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes, you're
then
right.
Mel Gibson.
Yes, you're right.
You could have scored a crap load. Oh.
Yeah, all right.
You get this instead, though.
All right, here is your second one.
You can do nothing against the master. Stop, holy man! We'll cut the boys through it. Back, holy man, back, shaman, back, priest.
Mr. Mason is the actor. Salem's Lot is the movie. I don't remember the character name on that one.
So it would be... So Salem's Lot is correct. James Mason is the actor, and he played Richard Straker.
I should have. Yeah, Straker.
Yeah.
Striker.
Yeah. So you're up to 7, and I'm at 2.
Yeah, you're...
Last one.
You're in
For
trouble.
me, anyways. Yeah, I'm in trouble. I was in trouble as soon as we picked this category. I knew it.
That's okay. I'll do this the easy way. Ghosts. Arthur, I used to hunt ghosts with your Uncle Cyrus.
Goats?
Ghosts! God damn it, listen to me!
I am going to pass. I have no clue. So I do have a pass left, so I'm going to pass.
That was Matthew Lillard in the movie 13 Ghosts. Let me hear it. I never saw that movie.
I never saw that movie. That's no excuse, but I just never saw that movie. All right, what's my next one? My alternate.
Before, after.
Are you serious? That's it?
Before, after.
I need a clue.
Never build a house above a graveyard. For God's sakes, throw away the clown.
I'm Poltergeist, and I have no clue about anything else.
Craig T. Nelson.
Oh, that was Craig. I couldn't make it out. Well, I've lost without you having your last one, but
let me have it just so I can rub it in.
Okay, here it is. You ready?
Yeah.
We had a responsibility to warn the rest of the world. Only the corrupt are listened to now. They tell us what we want to hear. We believe it to be divine light. Just got colder in here. Suddenly, as if something moved through the room.
I don't know the character, but that's Donald Pleasance in Prince of Darkness.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
That's a very underrated movie. It's
that's one of your favorites.
It is one of my favorites too. Yeah.
What rock star was in that
Carpenter
movie?
did a good job in it.
What rock star starred in that movie?
I don't know.
Come on.
Rock star? Oh,
Yeah.
was what's his face?
Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means 9-3. Great job, Sonny.
Is there a ghost behind me?
No, there's nothing behind you. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you got a cold chill, a little chill. Yeah. No,
like a little cold crack, got a little cold chill.
No, nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing behind you.
All right, let's get this banana cart rolling here.
Okay. So now we're going to pick for the $25 gift card, which would be this month's winner. And all of these are going in my sack. And the winner is, shake it up. All right. And this month's winner of a $25 gift card is going to be, believe it or not, your last winner, Betty Babinski, Babinski. So congratulations, Betty. You get a $25 gift card from Fountain of Thought Podcast. Congratulations. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. So now
I was going to play some applause for you, but I can't see my palette. It's so small. I'm blind.
What you've been waiting for is finally here. Yes, true or false headlines.
All right, everyone. True or False Headlines is being sponsored by the Lions Club. Do you want to help those in need in your neighborhood? Sure you do. Volunteer to help today. You can learn more at their Facebook page by visiting ludlowlions.org or by calling 754-900-ROAR. All right, so this is a pretty simple game, and I'm going to read you two headlines. One is real, the other one I made up. And, Sonny, you're going to tell me which is which. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, Arizona woman gives birth to baby weighing 14.1 pounds. Or, Arizona man gives birth to baby weighing 14.1 pounds. So consider this day and age and which one is true and which one is made up.
I'm going with number 1.
As true or false?
That's the woman gave birth to a 14-pound
Is
baby.
true?
Yes, that's true.
Yes, that is true. A family's bundle of joy turned out a little bigger than they had expected. Carrie and Tim Patinay welcomed their newborn son Finley earlier this month, and he weighed in at 14.1 pounds. My water broke on the scale as I was getting weighed, so my scheduled C-section got moved up, Carrie Patino, I apologize for butchering your name. Carrie said, he was predicted to weigh 13.8 pounds. He was so big, plus I had almost double the amniotic fluid. That's gross. So to say I had a big belly and that I was absolutely, completely uncomfortable isn't enough. However, I would do it all over again if I had to get this blessing. Finley was a little celebrity at the hospital. Nurses and doctors were nonstop talking about him, she said. He is quite little. Yeah, little. Get it?
Little? Yeah.
He is quite tall, too, coming in at 23.75 inches. So that's a little taller than you are right now. Due to his size, Carrie said her family had to run out and buy larger diapers and clothes to dress baby Finley. Originally, her and her husband brought clothes that were sized for babies between the ages of 0 and 3 months. Finley is currently wearing sizes that are between 6 and 9 months. Finley, however, spent 8 days in the NICU unit, but is now home with his family. The temporary situation was especially challenging for Carrie. It triggered a lot from my 19 previous miscarriages. Leaving the hospital without a baby, she said. I knew it was for a good cause and he was in excellent care, but it was still extremely painful and emotional for me to handle. The reason I've had 19 miscarriages is due to my blood clot disorder and fibroids, she continued. It's been beyond hard to go through, but I did it for my baby Finley. He is worth every ounce of pain, blood, and tears shed, she said. He is a good, sweet baby, and I am grateful for everything that ended up on the positive side. So congratulations, Carrie and Tim. I am going to beat the ever-loving crap out of you. So I have a question for you, if you can concentrate. What is the largest baby on record? Do you know? Because when I heard that, I went, holy crap, that's a big freaking baby. I wonder what the largest...
18.3 ounces. 18 pounds, 3 ounces.
You are incorrect.
I am not.
You are. Anna Bates was a tall woman. You ready for this? 7 feet, 11 inches. Her husband, Martin Van Buren Bates, was born on November 9th in 1837, and he came in at 7 feet, 9 inches. She gave birth to a boy weighing 22 pounds and measuring 28 inches at her home in Seville, Ohio, January 19th, 1879, breaking the record and continuing to hold the record for both the heaviest birth and the longest baby.
That's a load of crap.
That's a load of baby.
That's a load of crap. Those are just people that just don't know how to use a yardstick or a tape measure.
Is that it? The scale broke?
The scale broke.
The scale broke. All right, here's the next one. True or false? Ontario woman wakes to meteor landing on her pillow, or Ontario woman finds massive dinosaur bones in her basement.
The correct one would be number 1, the meteor hitting her pillow.
Congratulations. Good job today. That is correct. The British Columbia woman received an unusual rude awakening when a Yes, congratulations. When a meteorite crashed through her roof and landed on her pillow. Ruth Hamilton said she was asleep when she became vaguely aware of her dog barking in the house. The next thing was just a huge explosion and debris all over my face, Hamilton told CBC News. Hamilton said she got out of bed and turned on the lights, revealing something had punched a hole in her ceiling. I didn't know what else to do, so I called 911, she said. Talking to the operator, she was asking me all kinds of questions, and at that point, I rolled back one of the 2 pillows I've been sleeping on, and behold, there was a meteorite. Hamilton said the melon-sized space rock had landed just inches away from her head. Expert at Western University in London, Ontario, confirmed the rock that landed in Hamilton's bed was in fact a meteorite. It certainly is a meteorite, said Peter Brown, a professor with the University Physics and Astro Department. Everything about the story was consistent with the meteorite fall, and the fact that the bright fireball had occurred basically right at the same time made it pretty apparent that this was the case. Brown said his team is planning to examine the rock and determine the type of meteorite. Hopefully it's kryptonite. He said I added that part. He said it may have fallen from the solar system's main asteroid belt. They must be losing weight, tightening that belt. These are dad jokes, by the way. The only thing I can think of saying is life is precious, and it could have gone at any moment, even when you think you are safe and secure in your own bed, she said. I hope I never take life for granted again. So,
that was stupid.
That was stupid? I don't think so. That was pretty good. Can you imagine waking up to that? Or can you imagine that happening, first of all? And I got to tell you, she's going to get money from that, because those things, they pay money for those.
You think somebody was looking through a telescope somewhere else, though, and they see this big fireball coming, and they thought, my God, it's huge, and then it just ended up being this little bitty thing on her pillow?
No, it was one of those that from Armageddon. Can I name it? Well, usually the person who finds it can name it. Can I name it after my wife? Well, yeah, sure. Why? And she looks at him lovingly, and he says, why? Because she's a soul-crushing bitch.
Blood-sucking.
Yeah. It's going to end the world. Yeah, exactly. So...
it was classic.
It is. I love that movie.
It's time to dig deep. That only means one thing. It's time for questions from my side.
All right, this is being sponsored by Cobbler's Corner on the corner of Arkansas and Bowen in Pantego, Texas, where you're going to find expert craftsmanship at unbeatable prices. Tell them you heard this ad and receive a 20% discount on any repair. Give them a call at 817-460-0600, where they'll save your soul and die for you. All right, so how this works is you, the listener or viewer, send in your comments. You go to our website, find the details, or you can just send us an email. And we take those comments every week, and we put them in my sack over here. And then we pull out 3 of them every week and answer them. And they can be, like our podcast, they can be anything. It doesn't matter. Any question you want to ask us, we're game. So I have switched out the names, and I've put in the questions.
Why don't you get 2 sacks?
I did have another one somewhere. I just can't find it.
Is our budget just that bad that you can't afford 2 sacks?
Our budget is that bad that we can't afford 2 sacks. In fact, I was so much today. I spent 4.5 hours preparing for the show, and I'm thinking, you know what? I need a producer. We need to hire a producer. So
is it true you're getting evicted from your office?
I might. It could happen. All right. First question is a hot dog a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Not a sandwich.
Well,
and it's funny somebody brings that up because it irks me. A hot dog is a hot dog. It is a classic American treat, and it should be relished as a hot dog. Frankly, I'm really tired of people saying this. Anybody who says it's a sandwich is nothing but a wiener.
You know, I am going to muster the strength to disagree with you.
Oh,
See,
no.
The only thing that makes me not think it's a sandwich, because a sandwich technically is what? 2 pieces of bread. And a hot dog is 1 single piece of bread, even though it's sliced in the middle and it goes in. It's 1 slice of bread. So I am going to say...
The amount of slices has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does. A sandwich has 2 pieces.
No.
A sandwich has 2 pieces.
Okay, so
yes.
you have an open-faced sandwich. That means you have a piece of bread, meat, and then gravy. That's still a sandwich, but it's only 1 piece of bread. Don't give me this, okay?
But it's open-faced, so it's different. It's not a traditional sandwich.
Don't start your...
Okay, what is it? The next thing is, what is it? Is it a hoagie? Is it a sub? Is it a grinder? What is it? What do we call it? What's the correct
dog?
No, I meant the name, because here in New England we call them. I am going to beat the shit out of you. All right.
It's made with lamb meat.
It's called the grinder here in New England. We call them grinders. So
we call it a sub.
The next question is, it's stuck together. Stuck. It's stuck. All right, there it is. 1. Okay. What is something that you look stupid doing? Sonny, that would be just about anything for you. I'm going to say dancing. You've never seen me dance. No, I mean, Sonny's seen me dance, but, especially young and free.
No, that's what's the question?
What is something that you look stupid doing?
No, you don't look stupid. You're disturbing when you do that.
Disturbing. Okay.
For me, I don't know. There's a couple of things that I've actually never got to see myself do. Well, no, dancing. Yeah, I'm going to go with dancing.
Dancing?
I watched some old videos from years ago, and dear God, am I a lousy dancer?
Well, we're both white, so
yeah. Well, that's true.
That explains it. Okay,
we
next
just
question.
do that. We just do that old cracker 2-step.
That's right. Next question is, no, we are not answering this question.
Why?
What body part do you wish you could detach, and why? We are not answering that question. We are skipping to another one. Sorry. Because we already know what the answer would be. All right, this one is, this is a good question. If you were transported 400 years into the past with no clothes or anything else, how would you prove that you were from the future?
So I'm showing up naked?
Yes, you're showing up naked with your detachable
I'm not
parts.
even getting any words. They're going to shoot me, first of all. Right from the
well,
get-go.
you're in, so it's 400 years ago, so it's 1621. What do you, how are you going to prove that you're from the future?
You're not. You're not going to prove you're from the future. You're lucky if you survive for 10 minutes. You're dead.
Oh, I don't know. They might lock you up, think you're crazy, but I think that's a good question. I don't think you would be able to prove that you're from the future, although, and I'm not, we'll probably get some emails on this.
400 years is a little too far. Let's say they send you back to maybe the 1800s or something. Or, you have to go back to where at least people have some sort of a grip on what's going on. I mean, 400 years, they're going to look at you like you're just some witch or something, and they're going to just...
Probably, yeah. But, I would, you would be super intelligent, and I'm not saying that they were dumb in 1600. They just weren't very well educated, but you'd be the smartest person around, and for some of us, that would be good. Sorry. I'm sorry. All right, so that's it for a Fountain of Thought questions from my sacks. And Sonny has a new segment, which I have no idea what it is. He said he's going to spring it on me.
Well, Dennis, are you ready to play? Would you rather?
Would I rather? Yes,
I
would rather. I would rather do this podcast with no one else but you.
You're such a sweet man.
I know.
Okay. Would you rather have a ketchup dispensing navel or a pencil sharpening nose?
This is like the questions we get. You ask me all the time, who would ever ask a question like that? And they come in all the time. All right, what is it? A ketchup dispensing navel.
I found this at a tag sale, okay?
Okay. Or a pencil sharpening nose. That is a no-brainer. I would rather have a ketchup dispensing navel. Are you kidding me? I put ketchup on everything. And who uses pencils these days? I don't have a number 2 in the house. I go number 2, but I don't have a number 2. So, no, I'm sorry.
That was a well thought out segment, don't you think?
Yeah, what would your answer be?
I would have a pencil sharpening
ketchup.
nose.
Why? Why would you do that? For what purpose?
Because I'm always sticking something up my nose.
Oh,
Sonny's pet peeve
of the week.
What is annoying you this week, my friend?
Oh, grocery store etiquette for driving. Okay?
Wait.
Listen.
Grocery store etiquette driving?
No. Grocery store driving etiquette. Okay? This is something new I'm bringing up. Okay? Listen, folks. When you're in the grocery store, okay, you still drive your cart like you drive your car. Everybody to the right, everybody come to the left. If you come to the end of a stupid aisle, you stop. You don't just rush out. I mean, it's like a free-for-all in there, okay? And the biggest part of the pet peeve is this. I am so sick of every so often catching these people pulling their carriage through. What is this, the new cool thing for these young people? Oh, I got to pull my carriage through the store because that makes me look... No, they're not making you look cool. You look like an asshole, okay? There you go, an asshole. Plus, you're taking up twice as much space and time. And
how are you taking up
my
patience? Space?
Because
your body still takes up your body.
It's longer because you have
your arm's stretched.
Because your arm is stretched out, so you can look really cool. No.
Okay.
Listen, people.
When is it okay to pass?
Listen, just be conscientious to the other carts on the street in the grocery store, and you push your cart and you don't pull it. And that, my friend, is my pet peeve of the week.
All right, that's going to bring a wrap to this episode of Fountain of Thought. And now's the time where we turn to each other and we say, Sonny, what are your final thoughts?
I'm a little sheepy right now.
Just give that off, folks.
Do you have any final thoughts? No?
No, that was it.
No, that was it? That was your final thought? Great. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening or watching the Fountain of Thought podcast. We really do appreciate it. It's awesome. We love getting all of that feedback. It's great, and thank you.
Congratulations to the winner of our gift certificate.
Oh, yes, congratulations. I don't know. It's here somewhere. It was your winner.
It's like the Bob Uecker thing.
Oh, it was Betty.
Oh, the hell with it.
Yeah.
Nobody's listening anyway.
Nobody's listening anyways. All right, leave your opinion or thoughts on our listener line at 413-612-8037. Reminding everyone to subscribe to our podcast, and you can do that several ways. Either you're listening or you're viewing Presidents. We are out there everywhere to be had. Sonny, we can be had. Did you know that?
We can be had.
We can be had. We can be had. All right. And don't forget, everyone, visit our website at fountainofthought.com for contests and so much more. And remember, be a fountain,
not a drain.
Nope.
The pain. The pain.
I made it. You eat it.
That was stupid.
Resistance is futile.